This is a production of PBS Charlotte.
The following episode of Charlotte Cooks is brought to you by Central Piedmont Community College and viewers like you. Thank you.
Welcome to Charlotte Cooks. I am Chef Pamela Roberts, and I am so excited to have you with me today because I have a very special guest, one of my very favorite people, straight from Italy. We have him right here in Charlotte, Chef Raffaele Patrese, and I hope I said his name right, Raffaele.
Yes.
Did I say your name right?
Yeah, pretty much. You say hi, Chef Pamela. So you say my name, Raffaele.
Raffaele
Patrizi.
So we are going to be making something really special for you today. So what are we making?
So we are making today short ribs, tortellini. Tortellini, I'm gonna show you how you make them from scratch, how I roll the tortellini around my fingers, how you grab the short ribs, braise, and then you do a filling for the tortellini, and then I'm gonna show you pesto in two different ways.
When we hear pesto here in the United States, we think of basil and we think of something green with pine nuts or almonds or something like that in it, but it's actually something different.
So we're gonna start right now with the whole pasta.
Okay.
So I'm going to get my double O flour. So the reason why I decided to use the double O, so double O flour is the grain, is a summer wheat grain. So it's a soft summer wheat. It's much more, absorb more moist. It's elastic, so it's good to do like a pappardelle, tortellini, lasagna, better gluten development.
Yes. And it stretches beautifully.
Yep. So I'm going to do a little hole in my volcano, and I'm going to get some eggs. Eggs is another very interesting thing. You need a thing, so egg, a weight between, and I'm talking about grams, so it's between 48 to 55 grams. So when you're going to do a pasta recipe, you need always going to count, doesn't matter how much flour you have, you always to go pretty much the weight of the flour half. It's pretty much a 2-to-1. We are having here 300 grams of flour.
Okay.
I'm using one egg, a full one, and a yolk.
Just a yolk.
Yeah. And we put right here. I'm going to mix it up the egg. So many people, they use a whisk, they use a different thing. So I do like my grandma taught me. It's very, very easy. So what I'm doing now, I'm going to mix and do like a rotation movement.
Oh, there you go.
So I do very gentle.
And you're not breaking the walls of your volcano.
No. So what you do, slowly, you broke the eggs. And when all the eggs is broke, you are going to amalgamate very gently the flour. This is not a rush. So when you do pasta, need be time, you need to plan the day, need be time consuming, and as well you need to let the flour absorb the liquid. So you need to have a little patience.
I like watching your technique. It's really great to watch people who really know how to do this right, really do it, because it's so much fun.
When it's now like this, that is more,
more doughy.
normal.
Yeah.
You're going to clean and very gently. Always, when you work on pasta, always no gloves.
Okay.
Because the flour, you need to feel how much the flour is absorbing the liquid. So very gently, we are going to put the flour on top.
Nice.
And just start to massage. So the movement, it's always bring towards to you, push towards to the outside. And doing this movement, you are going to give a push on the dough. So you are start the flour to do this gluten development that we want to have to let the pasta become nice and like strong on the chew when you are cooking that.
So this is kind of like when you're making bread, you're just doing it a little bit more gentle.
Yep.
Now, do you ever get to the point where you say you need to add more liquid or more eggs?
Yes, sometimes. So this as well is a beautiful question you did to me. So in my kitchen, my restaurant, I have a thermometer that tell me what is the weather outside. As soon as I walk in the kitchen, I see what is the weather. And if, example, my original recipe is a gallon of water, example, for my batch of pasta, that morning, if I see that the moist is at 50%, I go a little lower. Example, if I see that is a little more, I go like it's high moist, I go a little higher. So it's always, you play a lot about weather related.
And that has a lot to do with the flour absorbing moisture from the air.
Yep.
So how long do you do that? Just till it comes together?
Yes, so you do for about 15 minutes.
Okay. And you could add flavors to this too, couldn't you?
Yep.
And how
So
would you add flavor to this?
So you just grab some spinach and just blend it up
Okay.
and add to the egg.
Do you have to cook the spinach first, or you can use it
no,
raw?
you can
Okay.
just use raw.
So use that moisture in the
Yeah,
spinach.
yeah.
Okay.
So many people, when they do pasta, they make very, very, very moist. So I prefer to make a little harder. So what you're doing, you are working the pasta right now, you are giving the stretch, and with the hands, you are going to heat it up as well. So after you are wrapping up the pasta, what does the pasta is going to release the heat.
Okay.
Releasing the heat, release more moist. And it's going to be the perfect stretch that you want, softness that you want. Now, what you are gonna do, you're gonna grab the dough and wrap it up in plastic wrap and just set aside and let it rest the pasta for at least 30 minutes.
30
at
minutes.
least.
Now we're going to start on our short rib filling.
So the short ribs filling is gonna be short rib that we're gonna braise, and I'm gonna show you how to braise the short rib. Ricotta and salt and pepper. That's it. Very, very, very easy. We're gonna start with a cup of flour. Grab about a teaspoon of dry parsley, teaspoon of smoked paprika.
Smoked paprika.
Yes, ma'am.
Good.
And then we're gonna get just a pinch of salt and a pinch of black pepper.
Nice.
That's it.
But also I want to talk about your business
Yes.
and what you're doing nowadays.
We do authentic Italian food.
Yes, you
so
do.
So we make fresh pasta from scratch, we make fresh mozzarellas, we make weekly pestos using local produce from local farmers. So what they're gonna do now, gonna put some
over here.
extra virgin olive oil in the pot. And in Italy, we use a lot of extra virgin for pretty much everything.
Okay.
So you want that the oil is going like to the smoking ash, more or less.
Get it
time.
really hot.
Yep. So
Okay.
it need to be very, very hot. And what we're gonna do next, we are going to sear the short ribs.
So we're just doing a nice braising process. You know, and a braising
Very-
process always starts with a sear, and then you add liquid
Yep.
and some aromatic vegetables and put it in the oven.
It's very, 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 very easy. So now, how I say, we just grab the short ribs and I start from this side. You hear?
Ah, so you're going to go around the block before you lay it
Yeah.
down flat. So he's going to get all sides, all nice and seared and golden brown.
I'm doing this. I suggest people at home don't do. I like, my hands are very, and your hands as well.
Well, you cook a lot. You
yeah.
have a tendency not to notice temperature so
Yep,
much.
yep. So, and what we are doing, just as I say, just let the short rib do his job. Don't overburn, but don't be afraid to
Getting
let
some
it
nice
to let it
color.
sear. Yeah. we
Hey guys, instead of using your hands at home, if you've got tender fingers, use your tongs. Don't pierce it with a fork. Use your tongs. You don't want to pierce it because that releases moisture from the center and you want all that moisture inside.
I'm just going to toss down and let it start to work on the sides.
Okay.
And we just grab some tongs and
Now
do pretty
you're
much
using
the
the
same
tongs.
things. Yeah. I don't want to get burned out.
So your fingers do have a temperature
A little
sensitivity.
bit. A little bit. Oh, you
Oh,
can see, Chef?
yeah.
See, nice and
Yeah.
brown. You don't want to brown it up too much.
Yeah.
But because what you're gonna do after, we are going to shred it. So we don't want that the meat is too
Right,
crispy.
right.
So now is my favorite part. So we turn this off for a little bit. Set this aside.
Oh, look at that beautiful golden brown.
We
What
are
doing next?
going to chop a little veggie, do a soffritto, or how they say in French, mirepoix.
Mirepoix.
But we like to say
Okay.
soffritto in Italian. So,
So
we
you're
just
gonna
go
carrots?
carrots.
Some celery.
We get just 2 ribs of celery. We're gonna get a normal onions. And how you cut these is very randomly. So it doesn't need to be anything perfect. I just grab the onions, cut in half, and then do like 1, 2, 3 cuts. That's it. Grab the celery as well, and just like very 1, 2, 3, 4. Done. Grab my carrots, same things. You can use big carrots. I use now baby carrots, but when you do the big carrots, I like to keep the skin because it's much more rich, much more flavorful with the skin on it.
Yeah.
So this just cut in half.
And so the reason we use carrots, onions, and celery is because it has a lot of flavor and it imparts a lot of really good, sweet, earthy flavors to whatever you're cooking. It's a really good base to start just about anything with.
I'm going to add a touch more of olive oil. And what we are going to do, we are let it literally caramelize this beautiness. And how you guys can hear, just like toss them in. Down a little the fire. And what you're gonna do now, just let it caramelize.
Bring out the sugars. And so how do you tell when they're caramelized? They're going to be a little golden brown.
So doing this, my suggestion is do the day before. So the reason why you want to do the day before is because the short ribs need to be cold enough to be mixed with the ricotta.
Ah, there
So
you
you
go.
can do
There you
this
go.
the day before, and
It makes it easier to shred too because it's not going to be so hot.
the sofrito, it takes about 8 minutes, more or less, how I like to use for the short ribs. So what what I like, what I'm going to look for, really the caramelization. How you were mentioning, I want this veggie nice and charred, that release hold their flavor, hold their sugar. All right, so what I do right now, I grab thyme, bay leaf, and 2 cloves of garlic. So we are going to put the thyme in, garlic, and the bay leaf. So the reason why I add the garlic right now and not in the beginning is because me personally, when I use garlic in this scenario, I don't want that the garlic gets you burned. I want to keep the fresh flavor of it. Now it's good to go. It's nice and charred. All right, what is the next step, chef? Do you remember?
In there.
No.
No, we're going to deglaze.
Deglaze with red wine.
You know.
A little bit, let's grab 2 cups, it's fine.
Yeah,
So
2 cups.
when I cook, I use a red wine that I will go to drink.
Absolutely.
Because you want to always cook, of course. If you work in a restaurant, you are not going to spend like $500 on a case of Chianti. Don't do
No.
that.
Nice.
And what we are going to do, just like when it's seasoning, so you want to turn the fire back up.
Because we
Grab,
want to burn off
grab
that
the
alcohol.
wine and you just let it hold the sugar of the wine,
Yes.
aromatize all the vegetables and let it cook all together. Next step, with the glaze with red wine, how you can see the wine is almost completely evaporated
Yes.
and left a little bit of liquid on the bottom. And so what is this? So I do short ribs pretty much almost like semi-often for my shop. This is the leftover of my previous short ribs, all the fat, all the aroma, all the flavor of my previous short ribs, and then just going to use for my next one. You can use a chicken stock, you can use any kind of stock you prefer, and you have in
This
hand.
is packed with flavor.
Just going to add to it,
Nice.
just bring it to boil. So when it starts to boiling, like to simmer, you let it simmer for about a minute and a half, that all the flavor go to be all together, and then you just turn this fire off, grab the short ribs, and just place in it. Just like a pot roast, how you were mentioning.
Exactly.
Just put the parchment on top, just like this. Oil up. Careful, it's very hot.
All right,
And
now we're
just
gonna
grab
drop this in the oven.
Yeah. And we are going to toss in the oven.
And how long will it stay in there?
This you cook, I say, 365 for gas, 375, 400 for electric, for about 3 hours and 20 minutes. After 3 hours, if you see that it start to shred, it's ready.
Okay.
If you want to do something that you can even slice these and serve like pot roast style.
Yeah.
That will be about 2 hours and 45 minutes. And we'll reach the temperature.
But we want this to fall apart.
We want that reach the temperature, so the fat of the meat start to melt about 195, 205. So you want that the temperature is about 195 on this, that you shred. If you want a slice, 165 is already good.
Yeah.
we're gonna start preparing our vegetables for the pesto. Okay. So we just grab our lemons, pretty much 1 lemon per pesto.
Okay.
We grab a Roma tomato and we're just going to cut them in half.
Are we not peeling them?
No, okay. We are just using pretty much everything of the tomato. All the tomato has his flavor, so I'm going to use from the head of the tomato, the seeds, I'm using pretty much everything of them. So
Tomatoes taste so good anyway. Mm-hmm. What is this onion?
So this is named Tropea onions. Is an onion from Calabria, South Italy.
There we go.
So it's, of course, it's a red onion. In Calabria, they eat this like an apple. They just grab the onion and eat like an apple.
Are they sweet?
Yeah, they're very sweet, very flavorful. So it's mostly used for fresh salads, for pestos, because you don't need to blanch them, you don't need to cook them, you just eat how they are. And they're different varieties, so this is a little bit more long, others look like a pear, but they are pretty much all the same.
Okay.
So on these, we are going to use just the red this time. So we are going just to cut like this. Pesto is not just a basil.
Right.
Pesto. So the word pesto, it comes from the Latin pestum. So it means like pretty much everything that you use how you say in English, the mortar?
Mortar and pesto, yeah.
So we do seasonal pesto. So whatever is in season from local farmers, we make a pesto. So I do kale, I did asparagus, I did okra. People went crazy for okra pesto as well.
I bet that would be good.
Yep.
Yeah.
It's different, a little bit different style. People need to try, but when they try, at the end of the day, it tastes like pesto. But anyway, spinach is something that everybody can find, very easy. So I use almonds. It's a very flavorful dry fruit and very sweet that is going to work all together with the pesto that we are doing. I put 1 clove and a little bit of garlic. I grab the lemon. We are using this, so it's without seed, but you should pull out the seeds, 100%.
Absolutely.
So I use about 1 lemon and a little bit. So what is this? It's a Rio Parmesan cheese. So we put the Parmesan cheese, doesn't need to be grounded.
Okay.
Chunk is okay the same.
Okay.
I don't use pecorino. The reason is pecorino romano. The reason is because pecorino romano is more like salty. It's more a little bit more strong on flavor profile. I prefer the Parmesan because it's much sweeter and work better with the vegetables.
Isn't pecorino made with sheep's milk too?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes. We just add about 50 grams of olive oil. Again, add a little bit more. Meanwhile, we are blending just to emulsify even better. So now it's gonna be a little loud, but we put our hand here and just turn it on. And now I'm going to add a little bit more extra virgin olive oil. Meanwhile, that is blending it up. Right? And now it's done. How you can see, it's nice and emulsified. We are going to do Tropea's style pesto. So how this works, we just put the tomatoes and onions. Yep. Pretty much 2 ounces, 2 tablespoons-ish of fresh ricotta. We just toss in. We are going to toss 15 grams of almonds. Same amount of our Parmesan cheese. We're gonna use ricotta and Parmesan cheese for extra flavor. Same amount of lemon juice, always don't forget to deseed it. And then, so we need a total of about 75 grams of extra virgin olive oil. So I put a little bit in the beginning, just to start to let it work. And the rest, I'm going to add when it's working. And voila.
We are going to go ahead in our short ribs. We've already braised this. We're going to go ahead and show us how to do this so it's done and ready to go for our filling.
So you just grab the short ribs and with your hands you just
break it apart.
Break apart.
Oh yeah, you can see that braising really works to break that up really nice.
So we just shred, like punch with your hands like this. Grab the ricotta. Toss in. Mix it up. Would you mind, Chef, to put a pinch of salt and pepper for me, please?
Okay, so now that filling is ready to go.
Now we are going to do the pasta. So we're gonna just press down a little bit.
I love
help
that
a little
rolling
bit
pin.
like this.
Oh, it looks great.
And now we are going just to work with the machine. So when I do the pasta, I start with the bigger space, fold in and half the first time, and pass again, because I let the gluten develop, go to work on the pasta. So for doing this job, you can use KitchenAid work very well. I will not suggest this machine. It's good, but it's a restaurant machine. Or you can go by hand, how my
Which
grandma
is
does.
gonna really give you a good arm workout.
That's gonna be hard. And when it's like this, we are going to flour a little bit, just very gently. And it's done.
Look at that. Look at that.
So you can use, to do this work, a knife. This is named bicicletta. It's mostly in Italian. It's mostly used for pastry, to cut things much better.
It's called an accordion cutter.
Yeah, thank you for the English translation. You can cut things in a perfect way.
I love
Or
those.
you can use spend a little money and buy some Italian tools.
Yeah.
With the bronze die, but
Yeah.
I want to show you guys with this one because it's much easier. So we are going to do
What's really neat
squares.
about these is you can get even strips there. I mean, it's just whoosh, so easy. And it's beautiful. Nice, even pasta.
That's it. So now what we do, we are going to grab our filling and just put like this. You can do this with a piping bag, with your
Yeah,
hands. I'm gonna put you to work very soon, chef. Are you ready?
I'm ready.
Grab the tortellino, pull a little bit,
Pull a little bit on all
just
sides.
like this on the sides, very gently. Put the filling a little bit more in the middle. So after that, grab the tortellino and fold over like a triangle. Close the sides. So right wide, you're gonna grab like this. So you're gonna grab the sides, one on top, one on the bottom, yeah? And then you are grab with this other end, the side, and just pass around your finger, just like a wedding ring. It's very easy, no?
We got tortellonis. Tortellonis?
Tortellini. So the difference is how big they are, and when you get your hands, there you go.
Oh, stretch it a little bit. Okay, so then you held it over your
So
finger.
one
One,
and two.
two. Whoop, pinch it. Two,
Close
close.
and
Close.
turn around.
There we go. Aren't these adorable? Authentic.
And now I show you how to heat it up pesto. So pesto, you don't want to cook that because otherwise you are going to ruin that.
Yeah.
So you need to heat it up very gently. So I'm gonna show you how. So we are going to salt the water. So we are going to get just a little salted water and we are going to put on the bottom because I'm gonna show you guys how to heat it up the pesto when this is done. Tortellini, we're gonna toss in the water. Just be careful, don't burn yourself. There you go, this happened.
Drop them in.
Woohoo!
Why not?
And so this, being that is fresh pasta, it takes about 3 to 4 minutes to be cooked.
See how they float to the top, guys? When they float to the top, that's a sign they're almost ready.
Almost ready, yes. So this is pretty much done. We are going to do now this tortellini cooked with the 2 different pestos. So we are going to split a little bit in here. And we are going to put the water on the bottom because how I was mentioning, you don't want to cook the pesto straight on the fire because you are going to burn the lymph, you are going to lose the flavor. Pesto is a very delicate
Yes, it is.
sauce.
Yeah.
So what I'm doing now, I'm just finishing to heat up the water with the tortellini, and then when it at the water, it's hot enough. In this way, I can add now the pesto.
It's not going to burn the pesto. It's not like putting it over direct
Yep.
heat.
So now, I'm just very gentle. We start with this, and just heat it up. The fire is off. What I'm doing now, water was very nice and hot and boiling, so I'm just letting the pesto get nice and warm. Same thing I do with this other one. All right, so now we are going to plate
Okay.
the tortellini. So what I do, I grab the tortellini first, put it right here, and put a little sauce on top.
Yep. That looks pretty.
Same thing I do with the other one.
Oh, look how pretty. Look how pretty.
And the last touch, a little fresh Parmesan on top.
Yeah.
And
There you go.
buon appetito.
This is beautiful. Thank you so
Thank you,
much.
Chef.
Everybody, take a look at our beautiful pasta. Fresh tortelloni. And we have a spinach pesto that we have with this. And then we also have, you have to tell me what name
So
of this
that
one.
one is Calabrian
Calabrian
pesto.
Thanks for joining me.
Thank you, Chef, for
And-
having me.
Oh, absolutely. So coming up on the next Charlotte Cooks show, we have someone visiting us from the Caribbean. We are going to take you to the islands, and we're going to cook you up some mahi-mahi. So join us next time on Charlotte Cooks and find all these fabulous Caribbean recipes. If you have any questions, I'd be happy to answer them. Send me an email at pamela.roberts@cpcc.edu. You can watch this show and past episodes on PBS Charlotte Passport or subscribe to our YouTube channel. And we'd love to hear from you. Send me an email, send me pictures of what you make, send me your comments. Do you like it? Do you hate it? We'd love to hear from you. So we look forward to seeing you next time on Charlotte Cooks.
A production of PBS Charlotte.